On the vast steppes, a surreal world explodes, where herds of giant beasts move in tactical formation. Thick darkness lurks, lurking predators, an eternal arena of life and death, the grim cycle of the Serengeti, the start of the most brutal journey of survival on the wild plains of Africa. Millions of prey face the harshest challenges: hunger, thirst, exhaustion, and extreme fear. A terrifying race of life and death is about to take place. Welcome to the wild Serengeti survival battlefield, the realm of predators. The Serengeti migration is a cycle of existence, where life and death intertwine, with every creature from lightning-fast predator to resilient prey, playing a role in the flawless tapestry of wilderness. The pounding sound of horse hooves echoed throughout the steppe, signaling a terrifying encounter between hunter and prey. The cheetah, patiently tracking its target, drags its prey high into the trees, protecting the trophy from lions and hyenas. Across the plain, cheetahs rushed like arrows at wind-breaking speed and quickly pounced on their prey. But victory is fragile. Even when a meal is in its claws, cheetahs are rarely safe. Lions, taking advantage of the chaos, snare their prey with cold precision, driving herds of wildebeest and zebra into narrow, grassy corridors, blocking all escape routes. The life and death chase begins. The strong advance, and the weak fall. Beneath the Mara River, dark shadows prowl, Nile crocodiles with sharp eyes, waiting for the grim river crossing, where chaos opens the way for a swift and brutal attack. The herd of animals rushed into the river. The water churned violently, but they could not escape the hunt from below. Every jump out of the water is a fight for survival. Every narrow escape is a step closer to survival. In the midst of a vast land of more than 12,000 square miles, the Serengeti appears as an endless world. In the distance, the rolling plains evoke quiet peace, but immediately the landscape explodes with life. Millions of wild beasts, zebras, and tiny antelopes, like Thompson's gazelle, began the arduous journey, crossing the Mara River and conquering the wilderness full of challenges. Each step of the herd carries a fragile thread of the ecological network. From cool riverine forests to flooded swamps, from open grasslands to dense forests, each area is home to hundreds of species of birds and 70 species of mammals. This is a closely linked ecosystem where every creature, no matter how small, plays a role in maintaining the balance of nature. This wild land is also an arena for predators such as lions, leopards, and spotted hyenas. Battles for survival erupt with each migration, weaving together a dynamic tapestry, both graceful and fierce, capturing the majestic beauty of one of the 7 natural wonders of Africa. Stretching across the central and western parts of the Serengeti National Park, the Serengeti forest ecosystem, a mix of open grasslands and open forests, creates a unique and vibrant natural landscape covering thousands of square miles. This is a stable habitat for many non-migratory species, such as giraffes and elephants. Rich vegetation, including acacia trees and dense bushes, serves as an important food source, supporting food chains for both herbivores and carnivores. With an average rainfall of 30 to 40 inches per year, mainly from November to May, the Serengeti forests provide essential resources for flora and fauna. The rainy season brings green grasslands and shrubs, providing food for herbivores such as giraffes and buffalo. However, climate change is changing rainfall patterns, leading to prolonged droughts and unpredictable rains, forcing these animals to travel further in search of water and food. Competition is increasingly fierce, and this challenge becomes even more apparent during the dry season, when resources are depleted. Herds of buffalo compete for the last patches of green grass, while giraffes use their height to nibble leaves on the treetops. Rising daytime temperatures make energy conservation more difficult. Changes in rainfall not only impact the Serengeti forests, but also extend to the Masai Mara, requiring herbivores to adapt to increasingly harsh and unstable environments. The Serengeti, a rugged and wild land, is where the African elephant, a symbol of strength and adaptability, reigns. Standing 10 to 13 feet tall and weighing up to 13,000 pounds, African elephants tower over the plains like gentle giants, helping to maintain the balance of the ecosystem. More than 5 million years of evolution have left a unique mark on their bodies. Their large, fan-like ears are able to effectively dissipate heat under the harsh Serengeti sun, helping them survive in the harsh tropical environment. African elephants move in small herds, crossing the Serengeti forest in search of water and food. During the dry season, they forage rivers like the Grumeti or dig temporary watering holes, not only for themselves, but also for other species that depend on these resources. The vegetation of the Serengeti forest, including iconic trees such as acacia and kora, provides essential nutrition for elephants. An elephant consumes an average of 300 pounds of food a day to maintain its giant body, while also creating pasture space for other animals. With every step, they create paths through the forest, promoting the growth of lowland plants and vegetation and providing shelter for many smaller species. However, climate change is creating new challenges with prolonged droughts and erratic rainfall, forcing elephants to search for food on a larger scale and increasing competition in the food chain. But the presence of African elephants is still important, as they play a key role in maintaining the nutrient cycle. Elephant dung acts as a natural fertilizer, encouraging vegetation growth and ensuring that the Serengeti and Masai Mara forests remain strong. The wildlife kingdom, where dense grasslands and acacia and kora trees create a verdant paradise. African buffalo, standing tall in the middle of nature with hard, curved horns like natural helmets, act as natural protectors, ready to face predators such as lions. The majestic horns symbolize the buffalo's strength, helping them survive in fierce battles for survival. In each herd, strong individuals lead, forming a living fortress, blocking predators. During the day, when the sun is high, buffalo seek shade under large trees to avoid the intense heat. When they need food, they move in large herds to vast grasslands, not only maintaining their diet, but also managing the vegetation. With the ability to consume up to 35 pounds of grass per day, buffalo herds play an important role in regulating the vegetation of the Serengeti forest. They graze on grasses and shrubs, clearing space for smaller plants and encouraging biodiversity. Their movement creates pathways and open areas where smaller species can hide, helping to maintain the wild ecosystem structure of the Serengeti. Buffaloes are not only caretakers of grasslands, but also an essential source of food in the food chain. While adult buffalo are less threatened due to their size and strength, young buffalo are often targeted by hyenas and lions. With a wind-breaking speed of 35 miles per hour, they are ruthless pursuers, sweeping every corner to seize opportunity. Armed with bone-crushing jaws with terrifying bite force, spotted hyenas ruthlessly tear apart every corpse. Not only are they expert hunters, but they are also brutal scavengers, ready to tear apart lions and other carnivores, ensuring not a single scrap is wasted. Every meal is a fight for survival, contributing to the macabre balance of the Serengeti, where a spotted hyena's every action embodies wild cruelty and nature's fierce will to survive. With an estimated population of 3,000 animals, the Serengeti is proud to be lion territory, with the highest density in the world. The Serengeti, with its vast grasslands and open forests, is a hunting paradise for East African lions, the brutal rulers of the ecosystem. Massive in size, males weigh up to 500 pounds and are 8 to 10 feet long, while females are lighter, ranging from 260 to 400 pounds. The male's bushy mane is armor in harsh battles, a symbol of strength and dominance in harsh environments. Every day, lions devour 10 to 15 pounds of meat. Instead of long chases, grasslands are the ideal battlefield for them to hide and wait for prey. With explosive speeds of 50 miles per hour, lion prides can quickly pounce on huge prey, such as wildebeest and zebras. They use siege tactics, tremendous muscle strength, and sharp teeth to subdue and tear apart their prey. But challenges are always lurking. Lions face fierce competition from spotted hyenas, pack hunters who do not hesitate to compete for a meal with any rival. This fight for survival is part of the food chain, maintaining a delicate balance in the vast ecosystem. East African lions are currently classified by the IUCN as a vulnerable species due to human encroachment and increasing conflict. Their decline threatens the entire Serengeti ecosystem, as they are not only apex predators but also ecological icons. Their presence is a testament to the cycle of life and death and the incredible resilience of the Serengeti's natural world. The Serengeti forest stretches endlessly, where the East African cheetah glides like a flash of lightning, disappearing into the vast landscape of tall grasslands and bush. 3 million years of evolution have molded their bodies, optimizing speed, agility, and precision. Every movement of the East African cheetah is a masterpiece of grace and strength. The life of the East African cheetah is different from that of other predators. They do not roar like lions, nor do they live in large herds. Instead, males often band together in small groups to protect their territory, while females raise their young alone, teaching them survival hunting skills. The soft chirp or call echoes across the grassland, reflecting a delicate connection, far surpassing the powerful roar of the lion, creating a magical silence in the wild scene. When the sun comes out, the cheetah takes advantage, stealthily approaching its prey through the tall grass. In the blink of an eye, they rushed away at a terrible speed of 60 miles per hour in just 3 seconds. Each step is a drumbeat, the heart and muscles working at full capacity, pushing them forward with extraordinary force. Cheetahs can reach speeds of 70 miles per hour, but only for short periods of time, between 300 and 500 yards before needing to stop. Their long tail is like a rudder, helping them change direction quickly, chasing prey with perfect precision. The hunt is a race against time. Cheetahs lack the endurance for long chases. If they fail, they must abandon their prey, recover their strength, and avoid exhaustion under the scorching sun of the Serengeti. Located between the Serengeti National Park and the Ngorongoro Conservation Area, the Loliondo rangelands, at an altitude of about 5,000 feet, have a semi-arid climate, with temperatures ranging from 50 degrees Fahrenheit at night to 85 degrees Fahrenheit during the day. Loliondo appears as a timeless landscape, the vast arid terrain teeming with life, nourished by resilient grasses such as Themida triandra and Setaria, which help hold the soil and prevent erosion. For zebras, wildebeests, and Thompson's gazelles, Loliondo is an important stop on the arduous migration journey. The small streams that flow through the grasslands are especially valuable during the dry season, when water resources in the Serengeti become scarce. Here, herds of cattle gather, refueling for the journey ahead. Loliondo is not only a buffer zone for life, but also a center of natural balance, where wildlife and Masai grazing coexist on the vast grasslands. The Loliondo grasslands, with their open grasslands and few obstacles, are an ideal environment for the Thompson's gazelle, the small but agile antelope of the Serengeti. Here, herds of several dozen to several hundred antelope migrate annually along with wildebeest and zebra. This journey takes them to lush grazing lands, not only to feed but also to escape the predatory pressure of their former territories. Standing at a modest height of 22 to 26 inches at the shoulder and weighing 26 to 40 pounds, the Thompson gazelle has light brown fur with a distinctive black stripe running down the sides. Big eyes and long ears are always alert, ready to signal any threat. Living in herds provides a strategic advantage. Individuals quickly warn each other, forming a natural defense line across the vast grassland. Their diet is brutal but effective, consisting mainly of short grass and some shrubs, helping them sustain life in the arid dry season environment. The Loliondo rangeland is also an ecological haven for the Grant's gazelle, which stands about 30 to 36 inches tall at the shoulder and weighs 100 to 165 pounds. These antelopes possess characteristic light brown fur, white bellies, and black stripes along their backs, creating a standout look on the steppe. With their flexible bodies and powerful legs, Grant's gazelles are well equipped to deal with the grim challenges here, where water is scarce and grass grows sparsely. Living in small groups or complex social structures, this species finds greater potential for survival and safety in cooperation. Grant's gazelles can reach speeds of up to 50 miles per hour, allowing them to escape the clutches of brutal predators like lions and cheetahs. Their long, curved horns are a prominent feature, especially in males. During the breeding season, adult males demonstrate their strength to protect their territory and attract females. The Loliondo grazing lands are challenging, but also provide opportunities for Grant's gazelles to practice their speed and ability to change direction quickly to evade threats. With a flexible digestive system, they can easily switch between grass and shrubs when food sources decline. This survival strategy contributes to the ecological balance of the area. As the herds migrate to the grasslands, the endless chase of life and death begins. Every sip of water and every mile of grass becomes scarce. Predators face extreme pressure, with no choice but to compete fiercely for each meal. Loliondo is vast but unforgiving, where life and death quietly intertwine with every movement of powerful predators. On the semi-arid lands of Loliondo, vast grasslands mixed with low bushes, and East African lions have adapted perfectly to the harsh environment, not only in hunting methods but also in physical characteristics. Lions in Loliondo have evolved thinner and lighter fur, allowing them to dissipate heat effectively under the harsh semi-desert sun. This adaptation reduces their need for water, a scarce resource in this vast land where prey is sparse and water sources are limited. East African lions had to expand their territory and move continuously in search of food. Each herd covers more ground than its counterparts in wetter regions, constantly searching for its main prey, which includes drought-adapted animals such as Grant's gazelle and wildebeest. Lions lead prides that use complex strategies to surround their prey. During the heat of the day, when lions retreat into the shade, they use ambush tactics to stealthily approach their targets, taking advantage of the wind to hide their scent, creating a deadly surprise for their prey. During the harsh, dry season, when water sources are depleted, Loliondo lions can survive by siphoning water from the body fluids of their prey, allowing them to endure without having to travel far in search of water sources. This adaptation provides a survival advantage, maintaining its status as an apex predator even in the harshest conditions of the wilderness. On wild grazing lands, spotted hyenas are known as warriors of the night. Nightfall is their ally, allowing them to hunt in cooler temperatures, conserving water and energy amid the scorching dryness of the day. Their strength, cunning, and endurance reach their peak when herds of hyenas can travel more than 6 miles each night in search of food. Not only are they predators, spotted hyenas are also nature's cleanup crew. They can consume almost the entire corpse, from hard bones to old tissue, serving as a natural recycler for the ecosystem. When food is scarce, hyenas form large herds, sometimes competing with lions for prey. Their teamwork and coordination allow them to control scavenging and secure food sources, especially when water becomes increasingly scarce. When chasing herds of Thompson's gazelles or zebras, they demonstrate a masterful hunt. The tempo maintains their stamina until their prey is exhausted. During these pursuits, they change direction with ease and coordinate seamlessly, turning each hunt into a tense and dramatic display of survival. Survival instincts across the vast Loliondo plain, stretching like an endless canvas of vast grasslands and low hills. The Loliondo pastoral land is where the Masai community and their herds coexist with herds of wild animals. Herds of cattle, sheep, and goats are like bright spots on the rustic landscape, wandering in search of every precious blade of green grass. But the land is also under pressure from population growth, making grazing a challenging equation, and once abundant green patches are quickly depleted under hundreds of hooves, reducing the vitality of the ecosystem. The traditional wisdom of the Masai people still shines through, guiding them to move their herds according to the seasons, allowing the grasslands time to regenerate. With resilience in their eyes, they patiently wait for young grass to return after grazing to balance their livelihoods and respect tradition while nurturing the land. Under the relentless hunt of the sun, birds soar across the sky, acting as nature's cleanup crew, with sharp eyes scanning for signs of the end of life. They clean the Loliondo landscape of potential diseases by clearing away animal remains. However, in recent years, the challenges have increased. Each carcass has become essential for their survival in this harsh, arid environment. In the vast skies of the Loliondo rangeland, the tawny eagle glides across the sunny grasslands. Its brown fur blends perfectly into the semi-arid landscape, creating a perfect camouflage, allowing this predator to hide among dry bushes and silver-gray grass. Its dense fur protects it from the scorching heat of the day and the cold of the night, optimizing its ability to survive in a world where only the strong prevail. From hundreds of feet above, its sharp eyes scan the land, detecting the slightest movements below. Every glance is a potential attack. This eagle's strength comes not only from endurance, but also from speed. In its rapid descent, the tawny eagle plunged straight down like an arrow, targeting tiny prey such as hares or vulnerable young antelopes with pinpoint accuracy. Its sharp claws and powerful hooked beak help it finish off its prey in a flash. Loliondo is a challenging land during the dry season, when water and food become brutally scarce. Tawny the eagle's resilience shines brightly. It eats a varied diet, from small rodents and birds to the rotting remains of other predators, to maintain its essential role in the ecosystem as a cleaning specialist, preventing disease and maintaining the balance of life and death. Under the scorching sun, the white-headed vulture circles overhead, its keen eyes scanning the air for lifeless carcasses. A natural scavenger, it is often one of the first to arrive at a death feast, swooping down to tear at the remaining soft flesh before larger carrion eaters arrive. The white-headed vulture's extraordinary vision allows it to see great distances. Traveling up to 6 miles a day, it searches for food with its keen vision and powerful wings, soaring high above the Loliondo grasslands. Meanwhile, the ripple vulture, also known as the Ripple's griffin vulture, hovers overhead as a silent guardian of the wilderness. In the thin air at high altitudes, this vulture breathes easily thanks to its unique lung structure, which gives it the stamina to survey the land below its record flying altitude of 37,000 feet, making it the highest flying bird in the world. Ripple vultures live in flocks, gather around carcasses, and rarely hunt alone. This social behavior helps them locate food and increase their survival rate in this food-scarce area. Their cooperation and strength while foraging allows them to maximize their deadly resources. The challenges they face go far beyond natural obstacles. The ripple vulture is currently listed as critically endangered by the International Union for Conservation of Nature, IUCN. Threats such as illegal hunting and habitat loss have pushed this species of vulture to the brink of extinction. Conservation efforts, including monitoring populations and limiting the use of toxic chemicals, aim to ensure safe havens for this noble cleaner bird. Formed millions of years ago, these ancient rocks emerge from the ground, bearing traces of cruel times. Ranging in height from a few feet to several hundred feet, kopjes provide the perfect hiding place for animals seeking shelter from harsh sunlight and stalking predators. Surrounded by low grass, kopjes help manage stormwater runoff, conserving precious moisture for surrounding vegetation, especially during the brutal dry season. These rocky islands not only serve as shelters, but are also rare verdant oases, lifelines in the arid land, supporting the life of the Serengeti ecosystem. They are home to resilient animals that play a vital role in maintaining biodiversity across the vast grasslands. Scattered as isolated fortresses across the Serengeti, kopjes are where rock hyraxes have established their secure lives on high ledges and hidden crevices. Rock hyraxes hide from fearsome predators like leopards and eagles. With specialized footpads and sweat glands to grip slippery surfaces, these creatures move gracefully over rough rocks. Although small and seemingly inconspicuous, rock hyraxes have sturdy, tusk-like incisors, reminiscent of their distant relatives, the elephants. These teeth help them chew tough leaves and tree bark in the scorching heat of the Serengeti. Measuring just 12 to 20 inches long and weighing up to 12 pounds, their gray-brown fur blends perfectly with the rocks, as if they were part of the timeless rocks themselves. To survive, they live in groups, always alert to any movement or sound that could signal danger. Each member is constantly on watch, as even the shadow of an eagle overhead can signal a threat. Among the inhabitants of kopjes, leopards have become masters of camouflage. They expertly use natural crevices and caves to protect themselves from the intense heat of the day and hunt silently in the darkness of night. Kopjes not only provide shelter, but are also an ideal observation point for leopards to observe their prey from afar and avoid threats. This hunting prowess has been honed over millions of years of evolution, making leopards one of the most skilled hunters among the big cats. The strong body structure of the leopard is a marvelous adaptation. Ranging from 5 to 7 feet long and weighing 100 to 200 pounds, this big cat wears pale yellow fur with black spots, providing ideal camouflage in the rocky and wooded landscape of the kopjes. As a solitary predator, the leopard uses a stealthy approach, silently stalking its prey before launching a swift, unexpected attack when the target is least guarded. Each jump from above is a powerful attack, capable of taking down anything from small antelopes to large birds. The leopard's climbing ability is exceptional thanks to its strong muscles and sharp claws, allowing it to easily lift prey into high trees or deep rock crevices. This strategy helps secure its food against competitors such as spotted hyenas and lions. Among the majestic rocks of the Serengeti, kopjes lions have established their territory. Swarms typically consist of only 5 to 10 members, surviving and thriving within the harsh limits of this environment. Unlike the vast grasslands, this rocky terrain provides limited space and scarce food sources. However, these challenges have shaped a unique survival strategy for lions. Here, kopjes lions use the rocky terrain to hide and ambush their prey from high observation points. They watch and wait for migrating gazelles or other prey to approach. Instead of rushing through open grasslands, they move stealthily between rocks, ready to jump down suddenly to have a higher hunting success rate. Kopjes is also a safe place to raise young. Female lions choose remote rock crevices to hide their cubs from predators and the harsh sun. This unique rocky environment aids their adaptability, helping lions maintain and protect their prides even in challenging kopjes terrain. The Serengeti marshes, clustered around major rivers such as the Grumeti and Mara, serve as natural reservoirs amid the arid landscape. These wetlands retain moisture and water even when surrounding grasslands and forests dry out. During extremely dry seasons, they play a vital role, attracting huge migratory herds and resident animals with precious, life-sustaining water. The Serengeti marshes are not just wetlands, but also centers of biodiversity, where towering bushes and dense vegetation create hidden fortresses for large mammals, shielding them from the clutches of predators. This lush environment paints a vivid ecological picture of a thriving Serengeti, maintaining a balance of life and death through the harsh dry season. The Serengeti swamp is also a haven for Masai giraffes. Abundant water sources all year round allow them to maintain life without having to travel far, unlike in arid lands. With abundant food sources, Masai giraffes focus on finding acacia leaves and towering bushes. Equipped with formidable defense capabilities, the Masai giraffe's hind legs are strong enough to launch thunderous kicks, causing serious injuries to predators, protecting them from lurking dangers. During the rainy season, when the swamp reaches its peak of lushness, Masai giraffes gather to breed. Dense swamp areas provide the ideal environment for the birthing process, ensuring absolute safety for the fledgling deer. Immediately after birth, baby deer can stand and follow their mother closely, increasing their chances of survival in the challenging swamp environment. In the vast swamps of the Serengeti, the sacred African ibis finds the promised land. Shallow waters and rich vegetation are an ideal environment for them to exploit diverse food sources, from fish and insects to other invertebrates. Flexible survival skills allow the sacred ibis to adapt when food becomes scarce, especially during the dry season, driving them to seek new water sources. The sacred ibis flock plays an important role in maintaining the safety of other birds in the marsh. During the breeding season, they gather in huge flocks, building nests from twigs and grass in bushes or low trees, protecting their eggs from the clutches of enemies. Herd behavior helps them detect threats quickly and enhances their ability to protect their young. The Serengeti marshes provide ideal territory for herons. With graceful steps on their long legs, gray herons, black-crowned herons, and great herons hunt quietly with their sharp beaks, searching for prey in the clear water, where amphibians, fish, and tiny insects become their meal. Each heron species has its own hunting strategy. Their gray and white fur blends in with the shadows of trees. Each heron species has its own hunting strategy. Their gray and white fur blends in with the shadows of trees and tall grass, making them invisible to prey and predators. The rugged, flooded marsh terrain allows herons to exploit food sources without interruption. Their long legs and strong claws act as anchors in the mud, helping them stand steady. They stood still and patiently, staring at the water, then suddenly attacked, their beaks piercing the water like lightning, creating a brief ripple. This tactic saves energy and is perfectly suited to swamp environments, where food is concentrated around flooded areas. Hippos, weighing up to 4,500 pounds, are one of the strongest creatures here. They spend most of the day immersed in cool water, leaving only their eyes and ears exposed to observe their surroundings. Swamp water not only helps cool them down, but also protects hippos from harsh sunlight, protecting their thick skin that secretes a blood-red liquid against bacteria and UV rays. When night falls, the hippos leave their familiar waters, and the herd moves ashore in search of nutrition. Their main food is young grass and shrubs, helping them maintain health in harsh environments. On average, they consume up to 80 pounds of grass per night, but only in the wee hours of the night when other animals have sought refuge. This time helps hippos reduce competition for food and save energy in the heat of the day. Territorial herds of 10 to 30 animals form a tightly knit social structure, where dominant males not only control water sources, but also protect females from threats. Hippos not only play a large role in this ecosystem, but also create pathways through small streams, rooting smaller species and sustaining life for the entire swamp ecosystem. Stretching along the Grumeti River, the river's flow and rich vegetation make this land attractive to wildlife looking to survive the dry season. Each year, the area receives 20 to 30 inches of rain, mainly during the short rainy season in November and the long rains from March to May. These rains rejuvenate the land, keeping the grass and vegetation around the Grumeti River lush. an important source of water for wild animals on their migratory journey. The landscape becomes a vivid natural picture, with interwoven layers of vegetation, providing ideal shelter for both herbivores and carnivores, such as lions and Nile crocodiles. Under the bright yellow sun, this area is like a wild stage, where the battle for survival takes place continuously, from chaotic rivers to vast grasslands. During the dry season, when other rivers dry up, the Grumeti River becomes a migration magnet. Huge herds of wild animals, zebras, and antelopes flock to the cool waters for water and food. Hidden resources in the silent and scary river. The Nile crocodile, a brutal predator that reaches lengths of up to 18 feet and weights of 1,500 pounds, is one of the largest predators on the planet. They are famous for their deadly ambush ability. During migration season, when millions of wild animals and zebras cross the Nile, they become a terror. Their bite force is up to 5,000 psi, several times stronger than that of a tiger. Smaller prey is subdued in the blink of an eye. With larger prey, crocodiles use the death roll technique, tearing the prey into pieces underwater, often sharing with others. The Great Migration is not only a journey full of dangers, but also a breathtaking scene of intense life. Millions of migratory animals flock to the Promised Land, where fresh grass and showers give life. The Western Corridor, where the river meets riparian forests and flooded grasslands, provides an ideal source of nutrients. Lush vegetation supports thousands of zebras and other large animals. As the rainy season ends, May heralds the journey towards the Grumeti River. The herd reaches the river, where the moisture nourishes young grass and shrubs. A sumptuous feast awaits. In June, large herds pause on riverbanks, looking for temporary shelter. The Grumeti River, where the Nile crocodile lurks, turns the crossing into a test of survival. Weak individuals become prey to aquatic predators. Depleting water sources added to the rigors of the journey. The migration of wild animals is not only a survival instinct, but also a synchronization with the ecosystem. The death of some individuals becomes life for others. Wild animal carcasses floating in the river become a feast for crocodiles and a food source for scavenging birds, creating a sustainable nutritional cycle. The annual journey leaves a significant ecological impact. A thick layer of manure enriches the soil, encourages grass to grow vigorously, and feeds other herbivores. The northern Serengeti and Masai Mara, the final leg of the Great Migration, are a picture of vast grasslands, low forests, and the mighty flow of the Mara River. With an average rainfall of 35 to 40 inches from November to May, the area maintains steady humidity, ensuring a year-round food source for wild game and zebra herds. When zebra herds reach the northern Serengeti and Masai Mara, they enjoy lush green grass, nourished by short rains from November to December. This journey requires extraordinary navigational skills and memory to find water and food. Zebras follow traditional migration routes, passed down through generations, demonstrating strong instincts. In the northern Serengeti and Masai Mara, zebras find temporary shelter in acacia forests. Dense vegetation obscures the view of predators, allowing herds to move more safely. The combination of forests and green grasslands creates ideal conditions for zebras to recover their strength. This is also the time to reproduce. Foals quickly adapt to mobile life. Just a few hours after birth, they can stand and follow the herd. The migration drives wild animals north, forcing them to cross the crocodile-infested Mara River to reach the lush grasslands of the Masai Mara and the northern Serengeti. When the rains end in May, the dry grasslands of the southern Serengeti push wild animals north. Each individual must face the dangers of the nearly 500-mile journey. From July to October, hundreds of thousands of wild animals and zebras gather along the Mara River. The Nile crocodile lurks under the rushing water, waiting for its prey. Adult wild animals lead the charge down the river, giving the weaker members a chance to cross more safely. River crossings usually take place when water levels are lowest, minimizing the risk of drowning and crocodile encounters. The migration of wild animals and zebras into the northern Serengeti and Masai Mara is a golden opportunity for lions, the apex predator. In this open landscape, lionesses often gather in hunting groups, increasing their success rate by up to 40% through coordinated attacks. Each hunt is a synchronized performance as they herd their prey into unfavorable positions. Lions take advantage of rough terrain and cool times of day when prey are less alert. Their fur blends in with tall grass, minimizing the possibility of detection. This is when lions achieve the highest hunting efficiency, save energy, and ensure nutrition. Adult male lions defend their territory from other predators such as leopards and spotted hyenas, who are formidable competitors. Spotted hyenas are frequently pushed back from their territories and common food sources due to the lion's superior strength and size. Lions assert dominance in the food chain, conserving resources within their territory. In this fiercely competitive environment, cheetahs avoid establishing permanent territories, instead adapting by moving away from areas inhabited by lions and spotted hyenas. This helps minimize unnecessary confrontations, increasing the chances of successful hunting, especially in the first weeks of birth. Mother cheetahs constantly change their hiding places, often hiding their cubs in young tall grass to avoid detection. When the cubs are 5 to 6 months old, they learn to use their speed to chase smaller animals such as Thompson's gazelles and impalas, which are easier to subdue prey. The intense heat of the northern Serengeti and Masai Mara shapes the cheetah's hunting schedule, which hunts mainly in the early morning and late afternoon to avoid dehydration and away from other predators that typically hunt at night and dusk. In this survival game, the ecosystem is a battlefield. The boundary between life and death is as thin as a thread. But that's not the whole story. Whether predator or prey, wild animals not only fight each other to survive, but also face challenges caused by human activities. The Serengeti, a vast and majestic wilderness, is grappling with serious challenges, from climate change to human pressures. Over the past 3 decades, average temperatures in the Serengeti have increased between 1.8 and 2.5 degrees Fahrenheit, causing unpredictable shifts between wet and dry seasons. The dry season is longer, rainfall is erratic, depleting water sources and vegetation, forcing species such as wild animals into a fight for survival. Their population has decreased by 10% in recent years due to scarce food resources affecting the reproduction rate of zebras and impalas. Furthermore, grasslands are disappearing as erosion and desertification increase. A 2024 report found that 15% of Serengeti grasslands and wetlands were severely degraded, threatening species such as giraffes and Thompson's gazelles. If this trend continues, Serengeti grasslands could lose more than 20% of their area within the next 2 decades. Conflicts between humans and wildlife are also increasing. Population growth in Tanzania and Kenya has increased demand for agricultural land around the Serengeti, converting grasslands to cropland and blocking important migration routes for many species. Villagers frequently have to contend with elephants and buffaloes wandering into farmland in search of food and water during the dry season. The Serengeti ecosystem, one of the world's natural heritage sites, is facing enormous challenges. This is not just African land, but a global heritage, a precious part of nature that we all have a responsibility to protect. Things are changing so fast, the negative impacts are increasing. Nature is calling for help. The Serengeti ecosystem is currently witnessing strong conservation efforts aimed at protecting migration and natural habitats. Governments and wildlife organizations, such as WWF, have established migration corridors and buffer zones around the Serengeti, allowing animals such as wild game and zebras to move freely without hindrance from farms or human conflict. In 2023, protected corridor areas are expanded by 15%, facilitating easier migration routes between the Serengeti and Masai Mara. Parallel projects to restore native vegetation are underway to rejuvenate degraded grasslands. Approximately 10,000 acres have been restored, providing lush habitat for giraffes and Thompson's gazelles. According to WWF, more than 5,000 local people participated in conservation awareness workshops, gaining a deeper understanding of their role in maintaining this precious ecosystem. Amid ongoing efforts, the resurgence of African elephants in the Serengeti is an inspiring conservation story. After decades of fighting against poaching and habitat loss, African elephant populations have plummeted. However, since 2023, strict legal measures enacted by the governments of Tanzania and Kenya have significantly reduced poaching, with stricter penalties for illegal ivory trade. Local communities are also actively involved in conservation efforts. Organizations such as WWF and the African Wildlife Foundation have launched educational programs helping locals appreciate the ecological and tourism value of elephants. Since 2020, Serengeti has used drones and surveillance cameras to reduce poaching incidents by 70%. By 2023, the elephant population has increased by 15%, reaching about 6,000 individuals. This success not only protects wildlife, but also promotes ecotourism, bringing more income to local communities. The restoration of the African elephant population in the Serengeti is not only a conservation success, but also a testament to the power of solidarity and perseverance between people and nature. Conserving the Serengeti ecosystem is a global responsibility that requires everyone's participation. Raising awareness, refusing wildlife products, participating in ecotourism, and supporting conservation organizations. Every small action helps preserve this precious natural heritage for future generations. If you have the opportunity to witness an awe-inspiring migration and exciting safaris in the Serengeti, please share your experiences in the comments section below, sharing stories of Africa's great natural wonders, inspiring and promoting ongoing conservation efforts, and ensuring ecosystems remain vibrant for future generations. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell to join us on more magical adventures, or continue to follow the Wild Savannah Animal Survival Journey with Wild Savannah, Migration Journey, and Challenges in the Land of Predators, and Wild Kalahari Challenges in the Land of Predators.